Hi and welcome back, I'm the Scrawny Bandit and this is another episode of the Main Lane. Today we're gonna have a look at what I consider quote-unquote my version of an alpha clone. And yeah, this was one of my first AKs I ever got, so it has a special place in my heart. So first things first, mag is empty. So is the chamber, rifle is safe. So, as you probably guessed, these don't come out of the box like this. This was originally an FAG SA85M, as you can see here on the receiver, which is basically the civil version of the Hungarian AK-63, which was their, I think they still use it at some places currently, but yeah, that was basically their modernized, their version of an AKM, so to speak. And it is special in that the SA85M actually wasn't called out by name before the import ban hit, and only, from what I heard, 1 or 2 crates basically made it into the US before they got banned. So this particular rifle is made in 1989, which basically makes it, for the US market, a pre-ban rifle. They came in 2 versions. One is with the thumbhole stock, especially the after the ban versions only come in with the thumbhole stock. This one came in with this classical underfolder, and the Hungarian AKs have this orange wood on them that makes them pretty recognizable. It's like it's a weird tone for an AK, if you ask me. It's a little bit darker if you compare it to modern VBPs. It's a little bit darker than that. But yeah, they come with that classical wood furniture and an underfolder. And here in Europe you can get modern underfolder versions as well as the quote-unquote old ones. This one, again, started its life in 1989, then spent the good part of 35 years in a collection with someone, and was basically never, they test fired it a few times and that was about it. So, and then I got my scrawny fingers on it and started to basically modify it and rebuild it the way I like them. So, what did we do to this rifle? Let's have a look before we go to the range and test fire it. So this is the fake SA85M, and let's see how that triggers. Very good. The switch fell off. As you can see, she starts smoking underneath, but this is no issue at all. You can grip that, no problem at all. Then take up the flashlight real quick. I also took off the magnifier, just this is a 25-yard range, so no magnifier needed. And weapon, as you see, it throws the casings out very softly, so I've fine-tuned that pretty. That also means that the reliability is a little bit affected. Yeah, let's see if we can get through that mag. That's looking good. Here we have a Russian Bakelite mag. As you can see, she is getting warm. Yeah, I like it. Okay, we are back at the table with the Hungarian Alpha. Then, first things first, of course, take out the mag. Mag is empty. So is the rifle. And yeah, we now have 5,000, yeah, a little bit more, probably close to 5,900 rounds through that way that I shot. And again, the receiver is originally from 1989, but then spent 25 years basically in a safe and has been shot a few times, so I don't really count that in. Yeah, I will say, let's go over it. As you see, this is the stripped down version I use for at the range, and not like for home defense and stuff like that. So we removed the magnifier as well as the light up front here just to make it more wieldy. So the Alpha handguard and top rail cover, again 5,000 rounds, still holds 0, opens, closes totally fine. It's heavy. I've seen that now shooting next to it, basically a stripped down basic off the rack AK, and the weight difference is intense. But would I recommend it? Absolutely. It's one of the coolest setups there is. There is also this Krupp that comes out of Ukraine, which I probably gonna have a look if I can get one of those just to try it out and see how it works. Same goes with the stock. Stock is one of the best stocks out there. Not cheap. Again, I mentioned it before, it's like 350 or 400 bucks, which is a lot for an AK stock. But overall worth it, yes, this is one of my favorite guns to shoot. Then the safety works as it should. The grip, this grip, trash. Pure trash. I like the color that it fits the rest, but I wasn't able to get through one mag without the bottom falling out and stuff like that. So that IWI grip, don't recommend it. Pure trash. I might as well switch out the trigger to some other ALG trigger, or there are in Germany CMC triggers, which are basically drop-in trigger sets for AKs with fixed pull weights. If I manage to get one of those into the country at some point, or if there's some importer around here, probably gonna try out one of those again. But yeah, enough of the talking. Let's have a look inside and let's see how an Hungarian AK looks after 5,000 rounds. So we have taken her apart. Let's have a look inside here first. As you can see, this, I mean, this basically looks new. There's not much, there's a little bit of brass everywhere because of course when you shoot brass with an AK. And yeah, the only thing, let's see the trigger again. As you can see with the polished trigger, there's like nothing. There's like nothing and it goes off. So that's nice for like super precise shots, but as you've seen in the video, it can also, this connector can also be a little sloppy, and then you have the possibility to double tap unwantedly. So I'll try to manage that trigger system here a little bit different in the future, just to see how much is possible with like as light as it can go, because this is now super light. We are like less than a pound or less than 1.5 pounds probably. So I'll have a look at how close I can go and still have a 150% basically AK reliability without having any issues. As you can see, the dust cover hinge here, this is very sturdy. This works just fine, so yeah, no issues here. This is the big bore, or the big bore. They sell them with this kind of opening as well as a smaller one, which is I think this is 8 millimeters from what I understand, and then there's one with 4 or 3 millimeters, which you use for the small caliber, quote unquote, stuff like 545 or 556 and stuff like that. But yeah, let's have a look at the bolt. You can see firing pin is looking like new. Same, let's take that out of here. The locking locks, yeah, I mean, this looks like it looked after 1,000 rounds. No worries there. Would I recommend using a fake Hungarian AK to build something like this? Kinda, yeah. Especially if you're in Europe. I paid around 800 cheese plates for mine, but that was because it was what in the US would be considered a pre-ban version, and has quote unquote a little bit of collectability. You can get modern versions that aren't built with the thumb hole stock like the after ban imports, but basically the same underfolders or full stock sporterized AKs. Works perfectly. You can get them for like 600 or 650 cheese plates. So for that kind of money, it's totally worth it. As you can see, this is how an AK should look after 5,000 rounds. Like, she's just getting warmed up, and I run them hard. I like to mag dump. I use them for the sport. So this receiver, and as well as the handguard and stuff like that, saw a lot of heat going through it and warming up and cooling down and warming up again and cooling down again and stuff like that. So yeah, it can take it without an issue. Same goes for the muzzle brake. As you can see, it's still perfectly timed, even though we ran it hard. So these Acheron muzzle brakes are like super fun. And as you can see on the shooting footage, it tames the AK very well. So yeah, that was another episode of the Main Lane. This is my Alpha AK. We're gonna probably change out triggers later down just to see what we can get away with. And yeah, if you have any ideas, let me know. Let me know if I should try out the Crook, and if I should put it on like a 7.62 AK, or rather something like a 74, like in 5.45 or something like that. Let me know. If you liked the video, hit the like and leave me a subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.